Welcome to another edition of CWL Universe. Make sure to check us out on Twitch, twitch.tv/KirbyCWL for more of your favorite content. The description will have the link below, and I hope to see you there. Enjoy the show.
It is time for Vindication 5.11, just 1 week away from Golden the Bank, and I am extremely excited down here in Honolulu, Hawaii. I am joined by Alexandra Shaw, and what a show we have today.
What a show indeed. 7 days before we pack our bags and fly on over to Buffalo. First, we've got to deal with some business here on Vindication, and the first bit of business, that being, is Austin Wolf and Edward Bronson. Now we know that the Sons of Fenrir and the Broken Standard will be fighting for the tag team titles at Golden the Bank, and we saw their two partners square off last week. How are things going to be different, though, tonight when Austin Wolf takes on Edward Bronson?
Austin Wolf's going to be looking for revenge. Will we get it? Find out soon.
The opening match of Vindication is set for one fall. Introducing first, representing the Sons of Fenrir, weighing 118 pounds, from Mexico, Austin Wolf.
Austin Wolf looking to get some revenge after William Black lost to Brubble, and he's having another preview match against another member of the Broken Standard in Edward Bronson, and you know, he probably is extremely motivated by the fact that Black lost last week.
Absolutely. When you see one of your, brothers in arms go down, especially in the way that William Black did, it's got to have a little bit of bearing on you. It's got to light that fire under you. And we know that William Black, after last week, he was inconsolable. You've got to feel Austin Wolf really needs to pick up a win here tonight to boost morale.
And his opponent, representing the Broken Standard, weighing in at 358 pounds, from Brisbane, Australia, one half of your tag team champions, Edward Bronson.
Bronson is looking to continue the mission here to break down the Sons of Fenrir. Brubble succeeded last week, and we're going to find out if Bronson is going to be able to succeed against Austin Wolf.
Yeah, I've got to be honest, every step of the way that we've seen Broken Standard versus Sons of Fenrir, and I'm not talking just in the past couple weeks, Sinclair, I mean throughout the entire history of these two teams, it seems any time they go against each other, Broken Standard just are able to barrel through them. I think if you ask certain pundits and certain analysts out there, the Broken Standard have domesticated the Wolves of Vindication, making William Black and Austin Wolf look like a couple of puppies.
I would have to agree with you. I mean, in every matchup, as far as I know, the Broken Standard have been able to beat down the Sons of Fenrir, but Austin Wolf is going to look to change that. So I have to ask, what do you think Austin Wolf has to do to make that change?
I mean, he's got to do what what a lot of people haven't been able to do, and that's beat Edward Bronson. I mean, Edward Bronson is an enigma of a man that not many people have been able to figure out. Austin Wolf, though, going right on the offense, but immediately gets sent down to the mat, and that's the issue with someone like Edward Bronson. When you're a cruiserweight like Austin Wolf, it is very difficult to outstrike or outmuscle this man, which can do a lot of damage to Austin Wolf's offense, and we're seeing that right now.
Yeah, Austin Wolf hasn't been able to get anything. As now a cover here, not even a 1 count though. Even after those punches were rained down on Austin Wolf, it's not enough to get the 3 count. As Edward Bronson looking to wear down Wolf even more, just clawing at the eyes and that mask that Wolf wears, and now raining down more punches right onto the face, and Austin Wolf just can't defend himself.
Yeah, Austin needs to start pulling out some big shots here as we see him get set up neckbreaker, and that is something Austin Wolf can do. He can attempt to grapple and take down the large frame of Edward Bronson, but you need to keep him off his feet because those heavy hands have knocked out more than just a few of the Vindication roster.
That isn't looking good as Bronson now looks to hype himself up here, hitting his head onto the turnbuckle. And now another, it looked like a shoulder tackle there from, oh my god! Austin Wolf looked for a shoulder tackle but got caught, pinned at 1, only a 1 count once again, as the strength of Edward Bronson is just showing to be too much for Austin Wolf to handle.
What's got to be a grim thought, Sinclair, for Austin Wolf, is I think Edward Bronson might have done more damage to himself headbutting that turnbuckle than Austin Wolf has done to him this whole match, and now Edward Bronson looking to just put an exclamation point. He doesn't want the Sons of Fenrir to make it to Gold in the Bank.
God, what an elbow there that could have knocked out Austin Wolf, but Bronson just looking to inflict more punishment, now just tossing Wolf to the other side of the ring into a pin now. Refs down, 1, 2, another kick out at 2 though.
Austin Wolf has got to be in survival mode, but the Wolf has become the prey, and now, wait a second, went to pop him up, instead gets caught!
Oh!
Single knee strike!
It pinned now! That could have been it! 1, 2, no! Austin Wolf found a 1 counter, and that knee strike almost got it done, but it wasn't enough as Bronson was able to kick out at 2. Austin Wolf, the tides have now turned in this match, as he could find out what it's going to take to beat down Bronson here tonight.
On the hunt, he's got his taste of blood, he's got the scent of his prey in the air, but Edward Bronson showing that he is no one's whipping boy, instead misses. Austin's got a chance, capitalize, not quite, we get it, a big right hand may have just snuffed out the lights for Austin Wolf.
Austin Wolf disoriented from that punch as he had to use the turnbuckle to get back up to his feet. Now clothesline as Bronson looks to take back control, and that elbow strike connects once again. But no, Bronson not immediately going for a pinfall, looking to inflict a more punishment, and this could be to injure Austin Wolf before their match.
Like I said, I don't think Bronson wants Austin Wolf to make it to the pay-per-view. I think he wants it to be a handicap match against William Black, or maybe just get the night off, because Edward Bronson has been absolutely destructive.
Powerbomb on the apron. Austin Wolf's spine must be crying, but no, we see he's drilled by adrenaline as he ran back into the ring, but Edward Bronson just throws him back to the outside. The Wolf tried to run, but he wasn't able to escape the claws of Edward Bronson.
Bronson, I'll give it to Wolf. He saw his opportunity and he seized it with that bicycle knee strike. But here's the issue with Edward Bronson, is that it takes more than just one good strike to knock him down. You can take out a lot of people at CWL with just one good strike. Bronson isn't one of them. And now we see him almost offering Austin Wolf a free shot. And now Wolf trying to capitalize reverse DDT to Bronson. He's got his opening.
Calling him up now to his feet. Has him up on the shoulders. Oh, knee right to the face. Not enough. Kick to the face again. The follow-up could have knocked out Edward Bronson. The pin now. 1, 2. Oh, shoulder up at the last second.
Knee to the head after knee to the head and a big old penalty kick. Not enough. Austin Wolf has got to be thinking, if it's this hard to beat one of the broken standard, what's it going to be trying to beat the both of them? As now Bronson again, as if unfazed, may have just turned out the lights for Austin Wolf.
2, 3, it was lights out for Austin Wolf as Edward Bronson puts him down for the 3 count. And what a win this is for not only Edward Bronson, but the broken standard.
Now, Wolf's big match to try and find any missing links in the chainmail armor, the hide of Edward Bronson. But when the Wolf sunk his teeth in, he found nothing but venom awaiting him. If this is the same Edward Bronson we see at Gold in the Bank, it's not going to be pretty.
The winner of the match, Edward Bronson.
The broken standard might look impenetrable as they defend those tag team titles next week against the Sons of Fenrir, as not only Brubble put down William Black, but now Bronson has put down Austin Wolf.
Yeah, and we don't know if Sons of Fenrir is going to be 100%. You might have to send in the B team next week. Might have to send in the Sons of Fen Uwu. But next, we've got some Gold in the Bank preview action here. As all three of the Vindication women that will be competing in the Gold in the Bank ladder match will be competing. FLINTLOCK Garcia, Kamui Ishimoto, and Lady Brittania. Only one of these women have won a title here at CWL. The other two, rookies to the Vindication roster. And you've got to feel there's a lot of stakes going into this one.
The following match is a triple threat match set for 1 fall. Introducing first, weighing 142 pounds, from the 7 Seas, FLINTLOCK Garcia.
FLINTLOCK Garcia has found, maybe a treasure here as she is heading in to Gold in the Bank to get that briefcase. But before that, she has to face off against one of her old foes back in Genesis in Kumio Ishimoto, but now a new one in Lady Brittania.
And the opponents, weighing 171 pounds, from Kyoto, Japan, Kimio Ishimoto.
Kumio Ishimoto, a Golden Prodigy, is looking to win some Gold in the Bank. But like I said before, with FLINTLOCK Garcia, she has to face off against 2 of the other people that's going to be in that match with Lady Brittania and the other person already in the ring in FLINTLOCK.
Yeah, and we saw her become unsuccessful against the likes of Kaylin when she was Vindication Women's Champion. But we've got a new Women's Champion. Her name's Valencia. And you've got to feel, not just for Kumio, but for all of the women in this match, you know, even if they don't come out with the win in Buffalo, if they don't leave New York with that briefcase, you've got to feel a win here tonight could put them very high into a contendership spot for the new champion.
Weighing 120 pounds, from Newcastle upon Tyne, England, Lady Brittania.
Lady Brittania, kind of the, you know, veteran presence for these two people that just came up to the Vindication roster. I mean, both Kumio and Flintlock made their debuts this season, and now, you know, Lady Brittania is looking to shut down these two rookies.
I mean, Lady Brittania, she is one of the people that we talked all last season about being one of the rookies, being one of the blue chip prospects, and we've seen her really come into her stride during that openweight title win. But here's the thing, you've got to feel the pressure is a lot more focused on her this season. She's no longer the rookie. She's no longer just, you know, a prospect for future. No, she needs to start showing up now, because now that's the expectation.
We'll see if she's able to show up tonight as this match is about to get started, as Flintlock looks to be going after Brittania quickly in this match, but Kumio wanting to renew that rivalry in Genesis, going after Flintlock, but Flintlock just striking back at the Prodigy. The arm dragged by Kumio here, and oh my god, just absolute chaos to begin this match.
Yeah, that's the thing, and if you think this is chaos, Sinclair, trust me, wait till next Sunday where we get 3 more women from Nemesis and throw them into a mix, and just throw a couple ladders in there for some spice. It is going to be one of the most chaotic matches of the year, and I can't wait, especially with someone as just, I think, defining the word chaos as Flintlock GARCIA in that match. I don't know what to expect.
Honestly, all three of these women have their kind of different style in wrestling, so it's going to be interesting to see how they fare off in a match that I don't think any of these competitors have been in you know, not even just a Gold in the Bank match. You have 6 other people going after the briefcase, but but just a ladder match in general.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what I mean when I said a win here tonight is so important, especially with Lady Brittania going for it right now. No, not able to get it.
Count though.
What I was saying is a win tonight is so important because in a ladder match, you don't need to be pinned, you don't need to be submitted, you don't need to be counted out, anything like that. You can lose the match without even knowing it. There's 5 other people in that ring with you. You're focused on one person, someone's climbing up the ladder and win the match. But tonight, if you could get a clear and decisive win over 2 of the other best women on Vindication, it is a big feather in your cap!
Beautiful cutter there by Flintlock GARCIA, as now she takes down Kumio, and Flintlock turns her attention over to Brittania, and that tongue and death choke is locked in. Will it be enough to make Lady Brittania pass out here? Kumio back into the ring, looking to break it up, but no, it looks like she did, or Flintlock just let go of the hold.
Yeah, it looked like Flintlock wasn't planning on just breaking up the hole, but she felt like Kumio's more of an annoyance. For as jovial as Flintlock seems in her entrance, trust me, when she's got that tongue and death grip in and she's choking the life out of her opponent, she can get kind of scary with it.
Yeah, we saw how scary it was when it was inflicted on Marilyn Benson and how that got her the win to get into Gold in the Bank, as that bow and arrow was unsuccessful to get a tap out here. But now a German suplex bridge, only a 1 count once again.
Now, we've seen a lot recently of Flintlock and Kumio just going back and forth. You've got to feel that took a lot out of Lady Brittania, that tongue and death grip. She is just now getting up to her feet and already just getting sent to the corner, finally able to get her wits about her, but it is not looking good for Lady Brittania as she is just trying to get something going here against Flintlock.
As Flintlock just shutting down everything Lady Brittania's trying to throw at her. Pin now, one, only a 1 count once again, and now a kip up after the kick out, but Kumio with a roundhouse takes out Flintlock to the outside, but Kumio looks to follow as these two just aren't even paying attention to Brittania anymore.
Well, they've got to. This is not Falls Count anywhere. This is an Extreme Rules!
Oh.
And now, I was going to say she's got a perfect chance to pin Brittania. Instead, Flintlock looking to indulge in the chaos.
Oh! Big elbow drop from the top to the outside as Kumio could have been knocked out with that shot and could have neutralized her for the rest of this match, but instead wanting to pick her up and inflict more punishment.
And now all three women just battling right outside our announce desk here. It is getting into very dangerous waters as the strike combination takes down Brittania, and now Kumio's sent into the ring.
Yeah, could be trouble here as Flintlock has the advantage. The only woman left standing in this ring as it looks like she's going after Brittania, but no, changes her mind, going back to Kumio now. Pinfall here. 1, 2, no, only a 1 count once again as Kumio's able to kick out.
As now Kumio dodges the kick from Flintlock, sends her off the ropes here looking for something big, but gets caught with the lariato, knocking her down.
1, 2, oh no, again, only a 1 count. As, Brittania looks to have pulled out a bat here. And now the broadside by Flintlock Garcia, but Brittania finding her perfect moment, cracking Flintlock in the head with a bat.
Flintlock is right back up like it was nothing. She just got brained with a baseball hat like Glenn from Walking Dead, and she's still just up and fighting.
Yeah, is now Brittania pinned now. 1, 2, another kick out at 2, as that broadside might have had her down for the 3 count, but Brittania and Flintlock were too busy fighting.
And now Flintlock taking a little time for herself. Kumio not going to give her the chance. Instead, an assistant maneuver. Tom, get that grip.
The chokehold's locked in once again, and it's enough. The referee calls for the bell as Flintlock Garcia is able to get some momentum heading into Golden in the Bank.
Full sails ahead towards Buffalo, and we might be seeing, well, she won't be leaving with a treasure chest of gold, but she might be leaving with a briefcase of one.
The winner of the match, Flintlock Garcia.
Even after being struck with a bat, Flintlock Garcia was able to get the win here against these two women. And like you said, before this match even started, while she may not be able to walk out of Gold in the Bank, being the briefcase holder, she might have found herself a challenge against Valencia very soon.
I think whether or not she wins a Gold in the Bank, you have to feel the map is leading towards a title shot for Flintlock Garcia. But speaking of championships, many have argued Kathryn Love beating Marilyn Benson for the openweight titles, which started her downward spiral, which led us to just the other week where we saw her make her re-emergence, but she's she's going through it. You know, we've all been there.
Yeah, that's one way to phrase it, as Marilyn Benson looks to get a bounce-back win after not qualifying for Gold in the Bank. And Kathryn Love just looking to put herself on the map once again.
The following match is set 414. Introducing first, weighing 140 pounds, from Salem, Massachusetts. She's really going through it right now. Marilyn Benson.
Marilyn Benson making her way down to the ring. As you know, the attire may not look like she cares, too much about being in a ring, but you already know she's always extremely serious when it comes to that in-ring competition.
Yeah, I mean, we knew her for the longest time as a very serious wrestler, Marilyn Benson, but, I mean, the only thing that's serious is that I seriously feel bad for her right now.
And her opponent, weighing 132 pounds, from Boston, Massachusetts, Kathryn Love.
And Kathryn Love out here to face off against Marilyn Benson. And, maybe a bit of motivation. She was left out of being in the qualifiers for Gold in the Bank. So she's looking to reemerge herself and, show why, she was overlooked to be put in a position that the Gold in the Bank match could lead you to.
Absolutely. I mean, here's the thing. Kathryn Love, former Triple Crown champion of the women's division. Like, she is definitely, I think she's someone who is kind of a hidden boss of Vindication for a sense. That when you look at the big names, the Valencias, the Holly Queens, those are the people everyone, they show up on Vindication, that's the people they're gunning for. But you can't overlook Kathryn Love, because for all the titles that all those other women have held, she is the only one to have held all of them.
Great point made there. As Kathryn Love, we already know how capable of a competitor she is, and she's going to show it once more, hopefully, against Marilyn Benson. As the referee rings the bell, here we go. And it looks like Benson starting off with a low kick there, and a Hurricane Rana driving Kathryn Love's head straight into the mat.
I'm going to be honest with you, Sinclair. I think that's the first time I've seen someone in sweatpants do a Hurricane Rana. That seems actually very difficult, which, if there's any judgment of the wrestling acumen of Marilyn Benson, we can still see that she is quite the talented professional wrestler, but is her mind in it?
Yeah, it's said multiple times she's really going through it right now. So that mental state may not be, the best if it wasn't obvious enough. But we'll see if she's able to bounce back, as that Northern Lights into that final cut clearly isn't going to do her any favors.
Absolutely not, as she trying to just find something here, got the gut wrench position, just tosses Kathryn Love like a sack of trash. And I've got to say, like I said earlier, Marilyn Benson showing she has not lost a step. And we saw that against Flintlock, despite what may be considered an upset. Marilyn Benson fundamentally in the ring is still a very sound competitor, but when your head isn't in it, then you can risk, just one little mistake and it starts to spiral. One missed move, one checked kick, and then suddenly you're beginning to doubt yourself. And that's what lets Kathryn Love get back into the game. You look at Kathryn Love, you look at her for all these years she's been in CWL, she has never once waned in her self-confidence. And that is the very telling difference between these two competitors right now.
Yeah, as a kick right to the back there, absolutely brutal. But Marilyn Benson looks to shrug it off, an arm drag here and a kick of her own, but blocked. A forearm there, as now these two are just going to a strike battle, and now just twirling around Benson until she gets sent face first to the mat.
You don't want to trade strikes with Kathryn Love. Those knees will ruin your day, and then some. As now we see her sending Marilyn Benson into the corner, and we might be about to see one of those knees right now, as she connects with that back elbow, and that's the setup for the heartbreak.
Connects. And now Kathryn Love right up to the top rope here. And a brutal knee drop from the top. And it isn't just enough here. Kathryn Love calling up Benson to her feet. Touch of love for Marilyn Benson. Pin now. 1, 2, 3. No! Benson gets the shoulder up at the last second as Kathryn Love's arguing with the ref that she thought that was it.
I thought that was it. We saw the heartbreak, a King Kong knee drop, and then immediately followed up with a touch of love. But now we've got the crossface from Benson, and we would be about to see a tap out here against Kathryn Love.
That chokehold is wrenched in tight, but it looks like Kathryn Love's able to fight out of it, getting up to a standing position and elbows to the gut forces Benson to release that hold. But Benson now, arcs and quickly into the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Marilyn Benson gets a beautiful win here after everything she was put through in that match. What a win.
We saw it turn around with a touch of love, and I guess it just sort of goes to show sometimes to get through bad times, all you need is a touch of love from someone, and Marilyn Benson took that, used that adrenaline, and just clawed her way back to a major victory.
The winner of the match. She's really going through it right now. Marilyn Benson.
And Benson might have hit rock bottom as she was on her break here from Vindication, but looks like the signs here could have led to her now getting back to the top where she believes, or hopefully she believes, that she belongs in.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, maybe it'll help her, not be going through it as hard. Maybe it helps her get through the thick of things. Could we be seeing things turn around for Marilyn Benson? And speaking of turnarounds, we've seen a couple career turnarounds here from some of these three competitors as they have all qualified on the Vindication side for the men's Gold in the Bank. We've got Lucas Button, who beat Jasper Star at Shadowband to get here. The 13 picking up his first Vindication win to get into this match, and Ryan Quinn, his first big win since returning to the CWL. Who's going to come out on top tonight, though, is the question.
The following triple threat match is set for one fall. Introducing first, Lucas Button.
The goal couldn't be any clearer for Lucas Button. Make this season his season. It started off well as he was able to defeat Jasper Star with his own move, the Nova Lock, which got him into Gold in the Bank, and now he believes that he's better than the other two superstars that he's going to face off against here tonight. Well, here's his perfect chance to prove it if he's able to get a victory.
I mean, he's called his shot every step of the way. He said that this season was my time. He said that the Nova Lock was my move. And now, if he says that the Gold in the Bank match is going to be my match, who are we to disagree with him? He has called his shot every step of the way this season, and we could very well see him do that in just 7 days' time by calling his shot, and that shot being a title match whenever he wants.
And his opponent, weighing 222 pounds, from Moline, Illinois, the 13.
And the 13 now making his way down to the ring. And what a great win it was 2 weeks ago in that triple threat match to get himself in the Gold in the Bank. And I mean, It was his first win ever since he made his way onto Vindication. He might have been off more than he could have chewed against Zistro Horror as he lost against him. But now, what a turn of events it is for the 13, as now he's in the Gold in the Bank match, and that could completely turn his career around if he's able to win.
Absolutely it would. I mean, what are the chances that you pick up your first Vindication win in the biggest match of your career? What are the chances that you then get a shot to be in Gold in the Bank? Do you want to know what those chances are? 13% chance.
Weighing 235 pounds, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Ryan Quinn.
The wild card of wrestling is looking to add another accolade into his trophy, his cabinet of trophies here, as getting into Gold in the Bank and winning that match. It's going to be something that he's never done before, but we'll see if he's going to be able to complete that, get himself another title shot if he's able to win.
I mean, we've been talking a lot about rookies here tonight. I mean, Season 5 has very much so been the era of the rookie. We've been seeing a lot of new faces cropping up here, there, and everywhere, but you can't forget Ryan Quinn. This man, former multi-time Twitch champion, won the Vindication World title. As soon as he lost it, went over to Nemesis, won their world title. He's beaten John Spartacus more than any other competitor in CWL history. And to top it all off, Sinclair, currently, as to what he's doing now, over in Canada, he's a double champion for NIW, so he hasn't lost a step despite his time away from CWL. And now we're seeing the wildcard has finally begun to catch up with the rest of us despite his absence. And he is doing so in a big way by getting into the Gold in the Bank ladder match.
Yeah, right now he's surrounded by a lot of the upstarts as everyone that has qualified in the Gold in the Bank match, for the men at least, they have been from Genesis, who then moved to Vindication or Nemesis. So we'll see how it's going to be for Ryan Quinn, because he hasn't faced off against any of these competitors at all in his entire career.
Well, he hasn't, but he seems to have some sort of vendetta against Lucas Button, singling him out first in this match, and now immediately going over for the 13. And this is where we see the veteran experience of Ryan Quinn, dictating the pace early on, keeping himself on top of both the men, but it also paints a huge target on your back, as we saw right there.
Yeah, no way to have eyes in the back of your head, as the 13 now with an exploder suplex, sending Ryan all the way to the left corner of the ring, and Lucas Button now with a tiger suplex, as once again, oh wait, now in a dragon suplex, bridge by Quinn, one! Only a 1 count as the chaos as this match starts to unfold, as the 13 once again attacks Ryan from behind. But,
It's down, but Quinn's up to his feet. We thought the first match was going to be chaos, and this match has proven that it's no different.
Yeah, as Ryan Quinn has just been targeting both of these men, not letting up on either one of them, as the 13's just taunting Ryan as that DDT connects. And it looks like Ryan now looking to send him to the outside of the ring and telling the 13 to bring it to him.
I mean, Ryan Quinn sort of telling 13, hey, you just got here, but this is my ring. This is Ryan Quinn's home, is Vindication. This is where he got his start. This is where he made his name. And now, this is where he looks to rule over Season 5.
And we'll see if he's able to do it, but right now he's done a good job as he's been using those enziguris to great succession here. As Lucas Bunn, he just walks past Ryan and just in a roundhouse there. And now turning his attention to Ryan when he was caught off guard and setting him into the ring post.
Lucas Bunn, I think, maybe has the factor that, in comparison to the other two men in this match, where he is a lot more vicious. But Ryan Quinn showing that when need be, he could turn up the intensity just as good as anyone else.
Yeah, threw him into that ring post as hard as he can, as he had him in a shoulder position, but Lucas Bunn able to get out of it and hit him with a Russian leg sweep as Lucas Bunn to send the 13 back into the ring, as now these two Genesis upstarts are the only ones in the ring right now.
Yeah, and you've got to feel Ryan Quinn ain't too much of a fan of that, especially now as Lucas Bunn goes for the pinfall, but not enough.
Only a 1 count once again, as now Lucas Button, but no, Ryan Quinn able to move out of the way, but locked and loaded. What a backbreaker there from Quinn. 1, 2, a kick out at 2, as that backbreaker was not enough to put down Button for the 3 count.
It's right back up to his feet and sends Quinn to the outside, but he needs to be careful. 13, big right hand, jawbreaker from 13, and now this is 13's time to shine. Crushing the knee of Lucas Button, and that could be looking to injure him before the ladder match. Your knees don't work, going to be a lot harder to climb a ladder.
Yeah, that could be a great strategy for the 13, as that combination of strikes put down Button here. Only a 1 count as Ryan was able to break it up, as now the 13 and Ryan Quinn are the only ones in the ring. Pinfall again now. 1. No, only a 1 count once again.
Yeah, now though, you said locked and loaded earlier, and I think that was him cocked in the barrel for the Quinn shot.
Quinn shot connects. Bunn is disoriented on the outside. 1, 2, 3, and Ryan Quinn gets the win here tonight. And what a momentum boost it is for him heading in the Gold in the Bank.
Like I said, the veteran experience of Ryan Quinn, he dictated the pace early on, and that's what gave him the advantage throughout this match. I think some of these Genesis upstarts, like you mentioned, are beginning to realize that they're going to need to put on the big boy shoes if they're going to want to take down a legend like Ryan Quinn.
The winner of the match, Ryan Quinn.
A Quinn shot was able to put down the 13 for a 3 count, but he won't be able to do that at Gold in the Bank next week in Buffalo. He's going to have to climb up to the top of the ladder and grab that briefcase to win that match.
Absolutely. But you've got to, like we mentioned earlier with FLINTLOCK GARCIA, and the idea that, you know, this match has ramifications far beyond Gold in the Bank. You've got to feel Ryan Quinn, whether it be that briefcase or a strap, has got to be in some form of gold.
Honestly, as we see, what a win it was for Quinn, and we'll see if that's going to lead to something later on here during his time on Vindication, as Gold in the Bank is coming so close. And speaking of Gold in the Bank, Colin Prince looks to be defending that title against Zistra Horror, but before that, he's going to face off against one of the Crimson Dragons in Zaratoa.
Yeah, and Colin Prince was supposed to be in action last week as a setup for the match to get people excited, but no, he chose to stay home and rest himself, and now he is rested, and Zaratoa is coming off a loss. You have to feel this was calculated by Colin Prince.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, representing the fabulous Furious Freaks, weighing 175 pounds, from Tokyo, Japan, your Vindication Heavyweight Champion, Colin Prince.
Like Colin Prince has no problem showing up to face against Zaratoa after he faced up in a grueling handicap match where he had the numbers on the right side, but the Fabulous Furious Freaks, they just were too much for the Crimson Dragons. But after they're weakened up by the Fabulous Furious Freaks, here he comes down to the ring ready for action.
Colin Prince seemed to have had a grand plan about all of this. He seems to think that Crimson Dragons are structurally unstable as a team, and given the fact that they lost when they had the advantage last week, he might be onto something.
And his opponent, representing Crimson Dragons, weighing 248 pounds, by ways of the Isle of Samoa, Zero Toya.
Now Zaratoa making his way down to the ring, and he said before he was looking to upstart his singles career here, as he's still a part of the Crimson Dragons, but he wants to get some singles gold around his waist at least sometime soon. And beating Colin Prince, that would be a great way to put yourself on the map to get a title shot against him.
Absolutely. I mean, we've been talking all night about ramifications of the future, and Colin Prince, he's been calling out all the Crimson Dragons. He says he wants to run through the Crimson Dragons. Well, if he can't make it through Zyra tonight, maybe Zyra will go through him at a later date.
We'll see as this match gets started. Zaratoa looking to start up some slaps, but Colin able to counter with a punch and then a cutter there, taking down Zaratoa as Colin Prince looks to get the advantage early on in this match. Pinfall here immediately by Colin, 1 count by a kick out at 1.
And we see Zaratoa with a bit of a height advantage on Colin Prince, but don't let that fool you. Colin Prince is as strong as they come, as we see him battling to his feet as he goes for the big boot, but finally gets it! That move, I swear, one of these days is going to decapitate a man, because the force he puts behind that boot, it is ugly.
Yeah, we saw how Zaratoa just flopped down to the mat after it connects, and now Colin Prince raining down punches. Now, Zaratoa, he might be a bit weakened from that match he had last week, while Colin Prince, he's fully rested. What does Zyro need to do to overcome that kind of, disadvantage that he has on him right now?
I mean, you've got to feel Colin coming into this match very confident. You got to take advantage of that, but you can't really take advantage of that when you get your head provided.
Another kick out at 1, though, as the toughness of Zaratoa just shows more and more as this match continues on.
Yeah, the toughness, but he needs to fire back. We saw in an opening contest with Edward Bronson and Austin Wolf. Austin Wolf could take a lot, but it wasn't until he was firing back that the match started to seem winnable for him. As the spinning back fist from Zaratoa is similar to Colin's spinning yap fist, but it's not enough to take him down.
Yeah, but that pump handle gore buster, it looked like, was enough to place pant Colin right into the mat here. And now taking down Prince as he slumps into the bottom turnbuckle, and now lifting him up and slamming him back down onto the mat as Zaratoa not letting up one bit, sending Colin into the corner once again, but that backsplash misses this time as Colin Prince looking to take advantage of that mistake and using the ropes there.
Absolutely. We saw, went to the well one too many times, and that's the thing. Colin Prince, he's not just had a week to rest, he's had a week to scout to Zaratoa, and now he's looking to put that scout into good use and cancel Mad's pulse. And that might be enough to put an end to this match, but Zyro's right back up!
Zaratoa just gets up immediately after that
Yeah, fist!
Spinning, yeah, this might have been enough. 1, 2, 3, as Colin Prince has put down Zaratoa, and that's a message sent right to Zistro Horror.
That back fist is a knockout blow, Sinclair. It can come from anywhere, and there are few who can get up from it. We saw Zyro do whatever it took to try and block it, to try and dodge it throughout the match, but at the end of the day, Colin Prince goes through another one of the Crimson Dragons on his way to Zistro. Look at that.
Devastating there. That completely knocked out Zaratoa as his toughness showed out throughout the entire match, but that was just it. Oh my god! Colin Prince looks to not be finished with Zaratoa, as now he just looks to assault him as he wasn't looking. And this is uncalled for. You already won the match, and now looking to inflict more punishment on a guy that you don't need to do this right now.
Yeah, as he calls him to his feet. Wait a second here.
Wait.
Zistro Horror making his way down to the ring.
Hustling to save his Crimson Dragon partner is now he's fighting. Punches and a clothesline sends Colin Prince over the top rope, and now he goes to a microphone. Looks like
Hey, Colin, don't you want to see your maker closely? That is fine, because you can run as far as you can. You can hide as long as you want. But next week, there's nowhere to run for you. Because I recently talked to CWL management. They agree with me to add the stipulation for our match at Go in the Bank for Vindication Heavyweight Champion. That stipulation is going to be steel cage match, so that you cannot run from the inevitable extermination anymore. You are going to lock inside the cage with the Siberian Iceman, and I am going to take the champion from your hand. At Go in the Bank, the place where I made the impact 2 years ago, I am going to make the impact again by becoming Vindication Heavyweight Champion. And I will slay the Prince.
Distro Horror called his shot as he's gonna face off against Colin Prince in a steel cage match.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide for the Vindication World Champion. But speaking of running and hiding, we've seen Chris Princess refuse Brittania a match at every turn. But it seems tonight we will be getting Brittania versus Chris Princess.
Yeah, we saw how Brittania, he insulted, not even insulted, he just called out the ex-husband of Chris Princess. Let's see what's going to happen here tonight.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing at 200 pounds, from Mexico City, Mexico, Gregory.
And Brittania, who said some things that were a bit uncalled for, to say the least, as he desperately wanted this match against Chris Princess, and now he has it. He's gonna face off against him here tonight, but we're gonna see if he maybe awakens a beast that he did not want to awaken in Chris Princess, as you know, he's been holding back, at least from what here in Vindication.
Yeah, I mean, we have not really seen Chris Princess be the same man, the same, well, you said maybe monster that we're used to ever since that war with Tommy Hazard at Endgame. You've got to feel maybe something in that changed him. And whatever it is, Brittania, hopefully he knows what he's dealing with.
And his opponent, representing the fabulous, furious freaks, from somewhere in Canada, Chris Princess.
And Chris Princess, you know, he didn't want to do this. He didn't want to have this match against Brittania. He denied him just saying no the first time, and he tried saying no the second time, but until that Brittania brought up Jonathan, it was too much for Princess to refuse, as now we're having this match here tonight, and what a big match this is.
I mean, absolutely, this could main event any show, anywhere in the world, any sized crowd. But you mentioned how Chris Princess was hesitant to accept this match. I think he's just apathetic to this match. For Brittania, this is all about legacy. This is all about pride. But that man right there has cemented his legacy 100 times over in the CWL. It seems every season we ask ourselves, what more can Chris Princess do? And every season we are astonished by the lengths this man is willing to go, the heights this man can reach. And now Brittania wants to bring out the best in that. I'm not sure, like I said, if he knows what he's getting himself into.
Well, we're about to find out, as what a big match this is. The referee rings the bell as they start off. Brittania with a headlock, now taking down Princess, still holding that headlock, and a punch right to the face to start off this match. And now Brittania, oh no! Princess able to sweep the leg, as it kind of tricked me a bit, as I thought Brittania was putting Princess in that headlock once again.
Yo, Jesus, that pump kick from Brittania saying, let's leave the wrestling holds to the technicians. This has just turned into a brawl.
Yeah, and now we saw a strike there from Princess, but Brittania responding once again with a jawbreaker. Oh, he just shrugged off that back elbow, and now Princess just raining down strikes onto Brittania until he falls down to the mat.
Here's the most dangerous thing about Chris Princess as a competitor. You give him an inch and he will take an entire football field from you. Brittania cannot allow Chris Princess to get in his head. He cannot allow him blocking that back elbow, getting in his head. He needs to keep up that fire, or else Chris Princess is just going to snuff it out.
Yeah, as those chops really working effectively here for Princess, and now just slingshotting him off the ropes. But Brittania, once again, just responding, as this match has just been back and forth ever since it started.
Yes, now the double knees in the back. These two abandoned a classical wrestling match a very long time ago, as these two have just been striking each other back and forth, as now we see Chris Princess setting him into the corner, and a huge pop-up into a flurry of punches in your uppercut. You know, we thought that Brittania would be the one flying around. Chris Princess showing he's got hops and showing Brittania the size of his boot.
Yeah, what a brawl this is. I mean, Brittania, he wanted this. He wanted to face off against this Chris Princess, but Brittania's not backing down one bit, as now the Latin mix-up connects right on the jaw, as Princess looks to be stunned, and now Brittania backing up, calling him up to the feet. Daggers and connect.
Covers in.
Rough 1, 2, no! Princess, the Latin mix-up right into the daggers, and it wasn't enough, as Princess was able to kick out at 2.
Princess is a man who is going to take a lot to keep him down. Brittania cannot, like I said, let Chris Princess get in his head. That is how Chris Princess wins, because he is not the strongest, he is not the fastest, he is not the hardest hitting competitor, but he is maybe the most methodical, the most devious in all of CWL. And like I said, you give him an inch, he'll take everything from you.
Yeah, and now Brittania looks to be doing something, but no, Princess able to fight out of it, and oh, giving him a grab under the belt as Brittania just flops down to the floor.
That inner thigh grab will take down any competitor.
Oh, and now 1, 2, no, a kick out at 2 once again, as like you said, that grab just wasn't enough. And now Princess calling up Brittania for an extra dirty deed pin immediately after. 1, 2, no! Kick out at 2 again from Brittania.
Terry getting that kick out not because he has anything to lose, but because he is here to show that he can be one of the top stars of Vindication. But Chris Princess showing that that spot is reserved for the Princess of Vindication. And he's showing that he can do it all here tonight.
Yeah, that's, taking down Brittania multiple times and now setting him up in a precarious position as now... Oh, it's only that kick right down below. It's the thought that counts for Chris Princess. And now calling up Brittania for a true purple rainmaker. Pin 1, 2. No!
I am in a state of shock. Listen, I know the skill of Brittania. I know how great a competitor Brittania is. I have sung his praises 1,000 times over, but even I thought that was going to be it. I thought it was going to be a thought that counts, and then a rack that counts to 3. Plus the true purple rainmaker? What is it going to take? And now he's got a driver!
Oh my god! Pile driver! Pinned now by Brittania. 1, 2! No! A kick out at 2 once again, as these two men are just giving it their all here tonight.
And Chris just trying to get to a vertical basis here against Brittania. And now Brittania with a true rainmaker!
Insult to injury there by Brittania, calling him up once again. Daggers end the insult, and now the end. It could be 1, 2. No!
You want to talk about... You want to talk about making a legacy, Sinclair? These two are making a Match of the Year candidate right before our eyes. Neither man giving an inch. Neither man staying down. We have seen all the greatest hits. But what is it going to take, lad? It makes up big dude.
It's a dirty from the hip up. But no, he isn't done just yet. But Princess is able to elbow out of it. Pop up. Oh my god, Hurricane Rana! As Princess rolls to the apron, smart move as Brittania, he can't immediately capitalize off that Hurricane Rana.
Princess, he knows he's in the end game now. He knows he needs to start bringing out the big shots, and he's doing just that with that huge inner thigh grab, and now covering him. Is that going to be enough?
1, 2, no! All the punishment Brittania's taken, that just wasn't enough. Fighting back with an elbow strike now, as Brittania sends him into the corner. Turns him around, trying to figure out what he has to do to end this match. Kick to the leg.
You want to make a legacy? The Reyes legacy in full effect!
Connects. Pin. 1, 2, 3. Brittania gets it done. Brittania wins the match after everything these two men put through each other, and oh my god.
You want to talk about making a legacy. You want to talk about making a statement. That is how you do just that right there. You take the fight to the arguably the greatest competitor in Vindication history, and you come out on top with a 3 count.
The winner of the match, Rhetoric.
You know, he said that him, Griteri, and Chris Princess, they said they would tear the house down with a match if they faced off against each other. And we just saw that. Not only just seeing that match, but Griteri won after everything he said.
Yeah, I mean, he called his shot and he laid claim to as well, but speaking of called shots, Ebak called his shot. He said he was going to be a 3-time Twitch champion by the end of Shadowban, and he did just that, and now his first defense is against one of the hardest competitors here on Vindication, Carl Stone. And you know what's so crazy about Griteri and Chris Princess is that wasn't even the main event. We still have a Twitch title match right now, and I personally can't wait. As now, we go from one masked luchador to another. Carl Stone, the man who had issues finding his footing, has now planted his feet and planted his flag. And he is looking to win that Twitch title and show that what he did on Genesis was not a fluke.
Yeah, Carl Stone has most likely been the most on-fire competitor that I have seen in a while here on Vindicate, and it's incredible because like he didn't even have a win on Vindication when this season started, and now just close to 3 months later he has a title shot against Ebak, and it's not even the person I thought that could be giving him a title shot in Ebak, as I thought, you know, TJ Black, he would have a death grip on that Twitch title, but that clearly has changed now as Carl Stone is looking for his first championship gold here tonight.
I said earlier in the season, Season 5 is a new era for CWL. We've got so much young talent just being injected into the veins of this company. Carl Stone, chief among them. So much unexpected things are happening on a weekly basis. We just saw something unexpected, but Ebak is looking to show that the more things change, the more they stay the same. Death, taxes, and Ebak being a Twitch champion.
Yeah, the gaming guru is looking to show that win against TJ Black, it wasn't a fluke. He's looking to get his first defense here tonight. But you know, out of all the people that you have to defend against, I would personally be scared to face off against the white hot Carl Stone.
Absolutely. Although he did slip up in that Gold in the Bank ladder match qualifier, we do have to acknowledge that, and you've got to wonder, could that be in the back of his mind?
The main event of Vindication is set for 1 fall and is for the Twitch Championship. Introducing first, the challenger, weighing 196 pounds, from Washington, D.C., the Snake, Carl Stone. And your champion, representing the GPU, weighing 217 pounds, from Norwich, England, the Hyrulean High Flyer, your Twitch champion, Ebak.
Ebak handing over that Twitch championship. Both men know what they're fighting for. That gold right there that is raised in front of everyone to see. And we're going to see who's going to end up taking the gold here in the main event. Will it be Ebak? Will it get Carl Stone? Your main event starts right now.
Ebak had a hot start going for the ladder, but Carl Stone was ready for it. And what I was going to say earlier is that Ebak, multiple-time Twitch champion, it's an old cliche when we see them hand off the belt, is it going to be the last time? But Ebak, he has handed that title off time and time again. He's not always got it back, but he has gotten it back more times than he hasn't. And you've got to feel there's a certain pressure lifted off your shoulders when you know that it isn't always going to be the worst-case scenario.
Yeah, great point there. But Carl Stone's looking to make it his last as he looks to wear down the core of Ebak. And that might be a smart idea, as we know he uses that high-flying offense. And, you know, if your ribs are hurt, it's going to take you a bit longer to breathe. It's going to take you longer to get up to that top rope. We know he has that, you know, moonsault attack that is highly effective. And we're going to see if maybe that's the strategy of Carl Stone to weaken the core of Ebak.
I think we're seeing two very different types of high flyers here as the drop toe nearly hits Ebak right in the jugular, but we're seeing two very different types. We've got Lucha Libre style high flying with Carl Stone, and then we're seeing more of a British style of high flying, the more independent scene style high flying that you see from Ebak, and we're seeing it there at full force with the roll up. Two, and Ebak gets it.
Whoa! Ebak somehow, some way just catches Carl Stone off guard, and he's still your Twitch champion.
Hey, that's the veteran experience, baby, for Ebak. He got... I can't even speak!
The winner of the main event, and still your Twitch champion, the Hyrulean High Flyer, Ebak.
And Carl Stone just was caught off guard. I was caught, everyone was caught off guard as Ebak stands tall as your Twitch champion still.
I mean, hey, like I said, the veteran experience of Ebak. Carl Stone was just not ready for Ebak at that particular moment. Ebak noticed it, and it was a 1-2-3 from there. That's the short history of that match, no pun intended. As now Carl Stone can't be... Wait a second. I was going to say, Carl Stone has to be disappointed with his showing here, but it looks like we've got someone else who doesn't seem all too pleased himself. El Rayo Dorado making his way down to the ring.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why he's coming out to the ring. I mean, Carl Stone has to be devastated after the loss he just took, where it just came out of nowhere. But whoa! Rayo Dorado immediately just takes down Carl Stone, throwing him back inside of the ring, as it looks like Carl Stone was getting out of the way to let Rayo Dorado talk, and now a spear sending him to the outside.
And now, what's Carl Stone going for here? What the shit?
Oh my God!
Carl Stone just got laid out by the shooting star press. Rayo Dorado looking to make a start for himself. We're out of time. We've got to get out of here. What the hell did we just see?